So this demo will show you how to record MIDI data into Logic. We're going to record the melody of Summertime. So the first thing you need to do is start a new project. That'll bring you up this box. You're going to choose an empty project and you need to make sure you have a software instrument. So we create that. Now you should be able to hear that when you play the keyboard. You can change the sound by choosing a different instrument over here. This needs to be in the media folder on the library tab. So we could choose an acoustic piano. You click on that, it'll load a different sound. Okay, now we're going to check the tempo down here. I think 120 would be a little bit too fast, so I'm going to slow that down to 110. You could go even slower than that. We need to turn on the metronome so that when we play it we can hear that. As well as that, though, a really good idea will be using a loop. So if we go into the drum loops, and because it's a jazzy piece, I'm going to type in jazz here, and I think that the best one was, okay, one of those cool jazz drum sets. I drag that up into the window and you can see I've got 2 bars of that, so I'm going to loop that out for long enough to cover the whole of my song. I'm up to 40 bars there, that's plenty. I can close that window now and we're back to the beginning. So here's the part that I'm going to record. I go back to the beginning with the stop button and I hit record. I'm going to allow a couple of bars to listen to the tempo, to the drum beat, and then we're going to pick up playing the Summertime melody. So you will have heard I made a few deliberate mistakes there, so I can show you how we're going to fix them up afterwards. Once you've finished that recording, you can go back to the beginning by clicking the start button, and then if you double click on this thing we call a region, it will open up the piano roll notation of that in the bottom window. If you need to, you can scroll that to different amounts so you can see it. See either zoomed in closely or zoom it out so you can see the whole of the track. If you click in this little area, not the top one, otherwise you'll get a loop which will just keep going around, just that part there, and then you can hit the space bar and listen back to what you've done, listening out for any mistakes, and then we can fix those. So there's a mistake. So just move it to where it should be. So that one there. And so I hit 2 notes, I click on one of them, hit delete, and I get rid of the notes I don't want. And that should be higher. Okay, so I've fixed up any of those mistakes. The next step is to select all, Apple A or Start A on your keyboard, and we're going to go to the quantize menu, and we want to choose a swing, an 8th note swing feel. So I'm going to choose 8C. You'll see that they've all moved a little bit, and that means that they should now actually be having a good, accurate feel. The next step we're going to do is to have a look at that notation in the actual score window. So as you see, we've quantized it to an 8th note swing feel. Now we go to the score window down here. You can see we can see the drum part and this part. If we want to only see the melody, we double click on that and it'll put the drum part away. and we can have a look, and overall that's looking quite good. Now sometimes you'll find that it doesn't look quite as good as you want, and so you can adjust the quantizing of the score window by adjusting the settings up here. If I put it to 8th note, that's going to be a good setting for your jazz piece. Okay, if I'd had it something a little bit more exotic, shall we say, it would look a bit unusual like that. Okay, so what we want to do is set that to 8th note, and that will give you a good effect for this summertime recording. So that's the first step in this task, is to record that, get it in time and quantize it and get it looking as it should in the score menu.